The logic symbol for SR flip-flop is SR flip-flop. Here preset and clear are the inputs with active low symbols with a bubble shown here. Then we are having the inputs S and R and clock, and the outputs are Q and Q bar. Here the main problem with SR flip-flop is that in case of both inputs to be 1, that is S equal to 1 and R equal to 1, the output is uncertain, and a circuit should be devised which is able to work on all type of inputs. So this can be eliminated with the help of JK flip-flop. In this case we are using the same SR flip-flop except one modification, that the output Q bar is connected as input to the SR flip-flop input, and the output from Q is fed back as input to the portion of R flip-flop or the R NAND gate. So the inputs for this NAND gate are K and Q, and for this are J and Q bar. And as you can see, S is equal to J into Q bar, means instead of using S directly as input, we will be using an AND gate which is having the inputs as J and Q bar. J and the previous state, or you can say the present state, complementary output Q bar. Similarly, R is obtained with K as input and Q, the present state output, as input. So K into Q. Now about the truth table. We are having 4 possible cases for J and K. In all the 4 possible cases, I have taken the clock to be equal to 1, so that it will be depending on the second input. So first case is J is equal to 0 and K is equal to 0. Now if both the inputs are 0, so the output of both will be 1. Now as I have told you earlier also, that if one of the inputs to the NAND gates is 1, it will be depending on the second input. So preset is already 1 and clear is 1. Now it will be working as a 1-bit memory cell or latch, and it will be having the same value again and again. Here Qn plus 1 represents the next state and Qn represents the present state. Present state means whatsoever be the output at a particular time interval. If I am giving this output back as input, so after a certain time interval, like for the next clock pulse, the output is changing to Qn plus 1. And in case of inputs to be 0 0, the next state output means after applying a clock pulse, the output will be same as that of the previous output. So this is 0 0, and the output will be the present state output, which is equal to Q of n. If it is 0, so it will remain to be 0, and if it is 1, it will remain to be 1. Second case is J is equal to 0, K is 1. So J is 0, K is 1. So as J is 0, so the output will be 1, and in this case both all the 3 inputs are 1, so it will be 0. So here what I am supposing it, that the value of Q is 0. In this case we can have 2 cases. First case is if J is 0, K is 1 and Qn is 0. So in that case all the 3 inputs will be 1 here, sorry, it will be 0 here, so this will be 1, and if both the inputs are 1, so again we will be acting the circuit will be acting as a latch, and because initially we have taken the value of Qn to be 0, so the next state output will be 0 as shown here. That is, inputs are 0 and 1, present state output is 0, and because it will be acting as a 1-bit memory latch, so the next state output will be 0. Next case is 0 1 and Qn is 1, means if the present state output was 1, so in this case this is 1 and this is 0. Now because this input is 0, so the output will be 1. Here all the 3 inputs will be 1, so the output will be 0 here. Now as one of the inputs is 0, so this output will be 1, Q bar is 1, and this output is going back as input here, so this is 1, so all the 3 are 1, so output will be 0. So in this case also, for 0 1 1, the output will remain to be 0. So in both the cases, if I am taking the value of Qn to be either 0 or 1, so if I am applying the inputs to be 0 1, the output will always be equal to 0. So I can club these two and it will be 0. From the first case, that is J equal to 0 and K equal to 0, whenever Qn is 0, so Qn plus 1 is 0, and whenever Qn is 1, Qn plus 1 is 1. So this is equal to Q of n. Now I am considering the third case, that is inputs are 1 0, Qn is 0. So here the input is 1, K is 0 and Qn is 0. So because Qn is 0, so this factor will be 0 and Q bar will be 1. So here all the two inputs are 0, so this will be 1, and all the three inputs are 1, so the output will be 0 here. Now because one of the inputs is 0 for the NAND gate, so the output will be 1, and this is 1, so this is coming as to be 1. All the three inputs will be 1, so the output will be 0 here. So we are getting the value of Q to be 1. So it is shown here, that is input is 1 0, the present state output is 0, and the next state output will be 1. Similarly, if we will place the value of J and K to be 1 0 and Qn is 1, even in that case we will be getting the output to be 1. So for the case of inputs of J and K to be 1 and 0, we will always get the value to be 1. Now we are moving on to the last case, which is the most important case, that is 1 1, because we have to overcome the problem of SR flip-flop of the problem of 1 1. So I am taking it as J and K as 1 1. J and K are acting as 1 1, and suppose I am having the value of Qn to be 0. So how it will work? This is 1, this is 1. Now it will not be depending on the value of J and K. So suppose the value of Q is 0, so it is acting here as 0 and Q bar will be 1. So as one of the inputs is 0, so the output will be 1, and all the inputs are 1, so the output will be 0 here. Now you can see as one of the inputs are 0, the output will be 1, and because this 1 will be moving here and all the three inputs will be 1, so the output will be 0. So in this case, if I am getting the value of Q to be 0, present state output is 0, so in the next state I am getting a value of 1. So the inputs are 1 1, Qn is 0 and the output is 1, that is opposite of this. Similarly, if the value of Qn is 1, so here the value of Qn is 1, so this value is 1, this value is 0. Now if this is 0, so the output will be 1, and here it is 0, so the output will be 1. Now Qn is 1, so this is 1, this will be 0. Now one of the inputs is 0, so the output will be 1 here. Now this 1 is going here and all the three inputs are 1, so I will be getting the output as 0. So here the case is 1 1, both the inputs are 1 and Qn is 1, so I will be getting the opposite of it, which is 0. So you can see here, if in the present state the output is 0, in the next state I will be getting 1, and if the present state is 1, in the next state I will be getting a 0. So here I will be getting Qn bar. So the final truth table for JK flip-flop is 0 0 Q of n, 0 1 0, 1 0 1, and if both the inputs are 1 1, so I will be getting Qn bar. So this is how we overcome the problem of SR flip-flop, in which we do not have the function for S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 1. So this is the working of JK flip-flop. In the next lecture I will be talking about the drawbacks of JK flip-flop and how to overcome that. Thank you.